We'd won the silver in Athens. So in our minds, we were like, okay, we've got the silver, next one, Olympic champion. So the whole of those 4 years was really, the focus was, okay, gold medal standard eating, gold medal standard training, gold medal standard everything. We were also world champions in the run-up to that Olympics. So I was in the boat, in the quad, in 2006 and 2007. We'd won the world championships that year. I wasn't in the boat in 2005, but they had also won the world championships. So for that whole Olympiad, Great Britain had won the women's quad. So we went into Beijing as definitely one of the favourites. Great expectations, really high hopes, a strong crew. And we went out, we are a very strong crew. We won our heat again, straight through to the final. And then in the final, we led the race for about 6 minutes out of those 6 minutes and 16 seconds.
It's 6 minutes, 16 seconds.
Around that, yeah.
You
just
led
got
it.
overtaken in those final stages by the Chinese crew, their home turf. They just pipped us at that post. And, you know, a second silver and a very different experience to Athens. We were absolutely gutted. You know, at the time, no words could console us. You know, we were crying on the press interview, we were crying on the podium. We need to get our pictures redone. They look terrible. So very, very different experience for our crew.
And is that because you felt you could have won?
Yes, and we'd hoped to, and you know, we were capable of, but you know, that is sport. On the day, if another crew goes slightly faster, they win. And that's a hard thing to get your head around as an athlete. You know, you're capable, but you have to do it on the day. You have to have the perfect race. And we didn't have a bad race. We had a really good race. But the Chinese had an even better race. And, you know, we'd beaten them earlier in the year. But, yeah, that was hard. That was a hard time.
So they beat you, like, by a second?
Yeah, about around that, just over a second. Yeah. It was close.
So then how did you cope this time with all that emotion?
Yeah, it was a real mixture. I mean, in that moment, I was just crying. You know, I couldn't even see because I was crying so much. Actually, the pictures from us, if you look at any of the pictures from us on the podium, I'm actually looking across to my right because I'm searching for my parents in the crowd, actually. And, you know, I was looking for them because I knew that I would feel better when I saw them. Because I knew that however I'd done, they loved me regardless. They were proud of me regardless. And actually, for me, you know, I'd been a Christian quite a while by that point. And, you know, that really in a way is a small picture of what God's like. You know, his care for me, his love for me is unchanged, whether I'm doing well, whether I'm not doing well, you know, whether I'm messed up, whether I've had a good race or not a good race. And I think for me, you know, that is something, you know, my faith has been my anchor through my sport in terms of giving me perspective. You know, doesn't make me immune from the ups and downs of emotions, but actually it helps me reset a lot quicker. You know, I knew by that point in Beijing that, you know, I'm not defined by my medals.
Yes.
You know, my identity is deeper than that. Because you find that in sport, it's very easy for athletes to build their identity on their successes. You know, in the world, we build our identity sometimes on, you know, how well we're doing or what people say about us. And in sport, it's easy to do that. But it doesn't make any logical sense because you can go from hero to zero overnight in a bad result or in an injury. And so if you think your worth and value is based on how well you're doing or on what other people say about you, which is also changeable and fickle, you know, it's an unstable place to be. And so for me as a Christian, you know, I know that my worth and value is unchanging regardless of how I'm doing in my sport. You know, God says that I have value, I have purpose, I am his masterpiece, and that doesn't change. And actually as a Christian, I am a child of God and nobody can take that away from me. So for me, that kind of like rock, that foundation helps me to put other things in perspective. I know that I'm not my results.
I really hope that you have enjoyed this interview. Can I encourage you to hit subscribe so that you can get more of these interviews in the future?